Excellent. That made it so far to the session today. This is Abuja R User Group. Abuja R User Group meetup. Our session today is on rOpenSci, a community for R developers and scientists. We're glad to have our speaker in the house, Yanina. I'm going to be introducing her in a bit, right? So basically, we hope that this particular session is going to span not more than 90 minutes. So feel free to enjoy the next 90 minutes with us. I've seen the slide deck and I know that it is packed full. It's really going to be an exciting session today. Personally, I really look forward to this. So this is really like the agenda we have set for today. I just welcome participants and we really want to appreciate you once again for joining us. Then introduce the organizers, and then I'll spend a couple of minutes introducing our speaker. Yanina is someone I've known for a couple of, like about 2-3 years, and she's such a wonderful person, and we're glad to have her be our guest speaker today. And she's really going to take us over a period of 1 hour through what she has for us. And please, today's session is really going to be a discussion session. She's going to be telling us about the community and what rOpenSci has for the community. So we hope that it's really going to be interactive and that our participants are really going to take time, digest what she has for us, and ask as much questions as they can. And we'll hope to wrap this up within the next 90 minutes, like I previously mentioned. So first, we'll talk about the organizers, introducing the organizers. This is our Abuja R User Group once again, and I'm glad to inform you that Abuja R User Group is 3 years old this month. So we're glad to have been supporting the R community. We're glad to have been doing. I want to formally thank the organizer of the Abuja R User Group, Bilikisu Aderinto, for the wonderful work she's been doing over the last 3 years. Abuja R User Group support the group, myself, Danladi, and Fidelis. We're happy to have really been a part of contributed immensely to the development of Abuja User Group. And thanks once again to all our participants. Thanks to our sponsors, our consortium, for the great support. So once again, Yanina Bellini is our speaker today. She's the community manager for rOpenSci. Just a little bit about our speaker. So let me just put it out there. I thought I was going to go ahead and start with this. Yanina is one of the co-chairperson user group. I was fortunate to be a member of the organizing committee, and she was one of the co-chairperson for the. Absolutely, really did wonderfully. I mean, I loved all the support that she gave towards the success of the the way user 2022 conference is an annual conference of users of R globally, and for this year we had it a couple of months. Yanina is once again the community manager at rOpenSci. She is also the R Ladies project lead. So if you have heard about R Ladies before, she coordinates R Ladies globally. She's also an assistant professor at Universidad Nacional, Guillermo in Argentina, and also the co-founder of MetaDocencia and LatinR Sisters of Abuja R user group for South African continent, South American continent. She's a member of the Carpentries Executive Council, also a member of our Consortium Infrastructure Steering Committee, and Sociedad. She's also an instructor and trainer for the Carpentries and RStudio certified instructor. I was really privileged during my have Yanina as my proctor. I tell you, I'm kind of privileged to have had her as my. She's a former MetaDocencia Core Team 2020 to 2022, and RForwards Core Team also. She loves teaching and developing open educational materials about R. She teaches remote sensing in and leads several translational efforts of educational materials, including the book Teaching Tech Together. If you have not read it, Tech Together by the Carpentries, you'll really find it wonderful. It's available online. You really want to. The coordinators of the translation of the book, R for Data Science. I want to bet most of us know R for Data out there for learning R. So once again, we're really privileged to have Yanni in our midst today. This is one of those sessions I've really looked forward to for a long time. So once again, Yanni, I am going to hand over to you, maybe a brief introduction from you while I go ahead and share the slide there for our audience. Over to you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for the invitation, for the introduction, and for this opportunity to be here to chat with you. So I will share my screens. We are going to go through some slides. Please, if you have any comments or any question during my presentation, just stop me, do it, or write on the chat, and the organizers will share the questions with me. And the same if there is something that I say that you don't get because of my strong accent. English is not my first language, so I know that some of the words can sound funny. Please stop me and say, Shani, can you repeat this again? And that is okay. So I will start my presentation. Let me share the screen. Okay. Are you seeing my slides? Can you confirm?
Yes, you can see your slide.
Awesome, thank you. I will open the chat also. So the idea is that we chat about rOpenSci, a community with open software for art developers and scientists. And I'm going to talk about more in details about a new program that we have that I hope you all decide to participate after this talk. So let's start a little bit about why rOpenSci. what is open science? Open science is science that other people, general public, other researchers, academics, students can take the data, can take the software, can take other researcher components for reuse, build upon these components and share with other people. And do all that in the public and without a cost. Open source is the same idea, but with software. Yeah, open source is a code that is designed to be publicly accessible, available to anyone to do whatever they want with that code. And a community of practice, it is like this group. It is like this user group. It is people who get together, they share a concern or a passion about something they do. This can be a hobby or can be the work. And they learn how to do that task, that passion, that hobby, that job better because they interact together and they learn one from the other. So these three things together, the idea of open science, to do a science that is can be used and consumed and improved, but everyone, who a science that is at the service of the people, an open source code, software, data that is again open and freely available, plus a community of practice, a group of people who are passionate about these things and get together to learn, to share, and to improve while they interact, gives as a result our rOpenSci. Yeah, our goal is to foster a culture that value open, reproducible research using shared data and reusable software. And we build infrastructure, technological infrastructure, like packages, like our universe, where you can publish your packages, or you can consume packages from other people, and social infrastructure, like our community, our review systems, our books, our material for teaching, our talks. So I'm going to share with you all these space that you can be part of our rOpenSci. And I hope you have a lot of questions to how you can be part and how you can participate and contribute. Of course, we are focused on the R languages, which we love. And everything we do has to do with R. So our rOpenSci started 10 years ago and has evolved during all this time. In the beginning, when our rOpenSci started, there are few people who can actually build packages. How build packages were something that was spread around different materials and different resources. RStudio has only 4 people, for example. So the our ecosystem environment was pretty different what is now. When the times pass and people start to learn how to build their own packages and how to access their data, our rOpenSci stopped to only build software and start to build standards and start to build a process to review software and to give quality package to the package that go through our review process. We review software as journals review papers. So we have people who sends their package to a review process. We have editors who choose reviewers and then go through a process, checking the package, checking the functions, checking the software, requesting for improvements, all in the open, nothing blind. So you know who is reviewing you, you know who the author is, and all the discussion is on GitHub, on issues, open. So it's a really friendly and kind review process that focus on the quality of the software that is developed. So we are now known, most known because of this peer review. And we are now not only doing peer review of the software, but also about the stats in that software. But I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. In this evolution of this peer review process of software, we developed some books, some materials, and our flagship of this process is our developer guide, which is also open and free to use and consume as a book. So in the last time, there is several new projects. For example, this is a software review that I mentioned, who don't only check for the quality of the software, but also check on the methodology, on the functions, and the stats point of view of the software that we build. And we have some new books, for example, the HTTP testing book, and the RUniverse, which is a clearinghouse of packages where each one of us can create their profiles with their packages, and the infrastructure will create and build the material you need so other people can install your packages on their machine. It is a kind of alternative to CRAN. And we have also profiles for research groups or for a group of people who develop together. So the next week, we are going to start publishing some interview to the start of the RUniverse. So we choose some people from this infrastructure, and we are interviewing them so they can tell to the community why they do, what package the developer, who are the users, and how they use RUniverse. So if you still don't know the platform, then I'm going to show you on the webpage how you can access. And we have some blog posts on how you can create your profile in RUniverse in case that you already have some package on your own. At some point, even when rOpenSci has a lot of technical stuff like develop software, develop package, publish those package, review, take care of the quality of the software we develop, create the standards, and write about how you can apply those standards. We also have a lot of community work. And community work is a blog post that you write, a newsletter, a conference, and community calls. And at some points, rOpenSci hired a community manager, Stephanie Butland, which is the position that I have now. And she ran this community for 5 years. So they create a contributing guide and social co-working that I'm going to talk about this in a bit. So when I start this job in June this year, one of my tasks is to run 2 new projects. One is about multilingual publication of our materials. We know that even when English dominates the space, language can be a strong barrier to many people to access open science, open source, and this space of this community in STEM that work in software. So the idea is to start to translate we are going to start with our developer guide, which is our main book, the book that explains our main processes and have our standards and recommendations and how you has to build software, scientific software. We are going to start with Spanish, which is my native language. And we are going to create a process to do this translation and this publication. So my first invitation is if any one of you would like to have our developer books in a different language than English and Spanish, and you want to contribute to that, please get in touch with me and we can see how we can do that a reality. And the second project is this Champions program that I'm going to give you more details now. Champions program is a mentoring and training program for scientific open source champions. And perhaps you are wondering, what is a champions? What you are referring when you talk about that? It is a word that is pretty funny how it sounds in Spanish, for example, because when we say champions, the first things that we thought is about soccer and about November from the Soccer World Cup. So champion is a word that is used to leaders in a community. And this program are designed to identify, recognize, and reward the leaders that we have in our community. We, of course, we focus is in the R community because we focus in the R languages. And the idea is to looking for people around the world that are doing a great work and they want to become a contributor of rOpenSci at the R community in general in 3 specific aspects that I'm going to tell you in a few minutes. Here are some examples of what rOpenSci champions already did. For example, write a blog post about how to do software review or how to do peer review for teaching in data science master, and to give a talk about how it is to be an associate editor of rOpenSci, or to maintain one package, or to authoring a package of the rOpenSci suite. So the idea of this program, how you can be part, can it be a champion, Shani? What do you think? Okay, what we are looking for is people that work on STEAM fields from anywhere in the world who already have some development knowledge with our languages. So you already know how to use R, you know how to create functions, you know about the flow management function, like you know how to do a for loop, you know how to do a map, or you know how to do an if else, you know how to read and write files. So you already know how to use R, and you have an idea for an R package that you want to develop. And thank you, Stephen, for clarify what STEM is. But perhaps you never develop a package until now. So if you know this about R and you have an idea for an R package, but you never develop one, we are going to teach you how to develop a package. That is one of the things that these champion programs will provide. The other way to participate is that you already develop an R package and you want to go through the peer review through rOpenSci. So you already have 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 packages, 10 R packages, and you say, okay, this one is about get data from some source. This is a wrapper for an API. This is a series of functions that process information by my discipline. For example, I worked as a researcher in the agricultural sector, so I have some packages that work with soil and weather data, for example. And you say, okay, I want to take one of these packages that are already developed, and I want people review so I can improve, and then I can publish on a journal, or I can publish on CRAN, or I have my package with the review of rOpenSci, and I know now that I have a good software developed. And the other is you wants to become a reviewer for the rOpenSci process. So you know how to develop software, you have that expertise, you know how to develop packages, and you are good at stats, or you are good at your discipline, and you say, okay, I want to be a reviewer for rOpenSci in the topics that I handle. This is the three possibilities to be part of this Champions program. And of course, for this first group, at least, we need that you have basic English communication skills, writing and verbal. And this is, for example, very important to clarify in my region of Latin America, because we speak Spanish, Portuguese, and French. We don't speak English. So this can be a barrier for participation. So about the program, what we are going to do in the Champions program. Well, the people we select as champion, they will participate in a 6-week-long cohort-based training. The trainings are, we are trying to do February next year, and they are 1.5 hours long, and they're going to be about how to plan and facilitate engaging and inclusive workshop. The idea is that what the champions learn in this program can be then used on their own community. So the idea is that when you go back, you can organize a meetup with some rooks and some group of our ladies of like this one, and you are going to have skills to organize, plan, and facilitate this kind of meetings, online and in person. We are going to teach you several channels through you can participate at rOpenSci and in the R project in general. I'm going to teach that workshop. And technical skills in software development or in software review, according to the project you choose. So we are going to teach you how to develop packages, on how to review packages, and this has to do with the choice you did about the project you want to develop. And then you are going to have personal and group mentorship. We are going to tie you with a mentor that will help you through your project. So you are going to have a series of meeting with mentors and quarterly cohort calls, which are going to be meetings with the rest of the champions of this first pilot, this first time. After the training, the idea is you develop the project. As I say, create a new package or go through the review process with our package that you already developed, or become a reviewer in our peer review system. The software peer review system or the stats peer review system. And the second, the champion programs last a year. So in the first part, you are going to develop this project. You are going to continue develop the project if needed until the end of the year. But in the second half, we also where you choose some other activities such as running recruitment activities for rOpenSci, give presentation or write blog posts or organize peer groups in your own community. And the writing of the blog post or the delivery of presentations I'll talk can be also in your native language and for your community. We have a lot of space in rOpenSci with really friendly space if you are not used to give talks or to write blog posts that will help you to achieve these activities and to learn the skills that you need. So what are the benefits of taking part behind the training and to start to be part of this community? Well, you are going to learn and practice organizing and teaching workshops, learn and practice reviewer and developer skills, gain insight from other experts and expand your professional network, gain visibility through training, mentorship, and content creation, get recognition and acknowledgement for your work, co-develop this program and other rOpenSci project by sharing feedback. We are going to ask you how this was, it is useful. How do you think we can improve this? And about the other projects that rOpenSci has also, what do you think we need to do so other people can use it? What we can add to be more useful for your community, your country, or your city, or your business, or your discipline. Become an active and contribute member of the rOpenSci community, create content in the language of your community, empower other members of your community by sharing what you learn on the program, and we hope that you can become a mentor of other members of your community. So some important dates for the champion programs. The next Monday, we have a community call that we are going to tell more or less what I already tell you here, but we are going to have two persons that are champions in others community, and they're going to share their experience to go through a program like this one. Then in November 1, we are going to have a co-working hours. So we are going to meet in a Zoom for 2 hours. And if you need help with your application, we are going to be there to read, answer questions, and help you to write what you need to send and fill the form. And November 7 is the last day for send this application for the champion program. In the slide are the link to the form, but now I'm going to show you the web page, because in the web page we have a template with all the questions we do for the application, so you can have that in advance and you can prepare your text and the information you want to share, and then you fill the form. What else I have to you? Okay, what if you want to participate at rOpenSci outside the champion program? So some other details for the champions program that I didn't say. We estimate that you are going to need an average of 10 hours a month to participate, and we are going to give an stipend of $1,000 for the people who are selected. Yes, that's two details that I didn't say. So what else did you say, Shani? I don't have time. I really like what you are telling me, but I can be part of the champion program. But I want to be part of the community in other way. So there is a guide that we wrote to help you to find places. The contributor guide is a book. I'm not telling you that you need to read a book to participate with that, but in that book you are going to find some path. You say, okay, what is my motivation? What I want to do? I want to learn, or I want to teach, or I want to develop software. So you can choose this motivation, and then the guide is going to say, okay, let's go and read this part, and you are going to find here all the ways that you have to participate. We also have a short blog post of 2 pages with all this information summary that I'm going to share with you in a bit. Okay, and then here are some links. There is the rOpenSci Twitter account, the info email that I read that account. The discuss is our forum where you can discuss and ask questions about technical aspect, about if you use some of our packages, You can go and make question there. Most of the time, the author or the maintainers and the contributors of the package are there answering questions. And then if you want to chat with me, there is my email, and the other link is my Calendly. So you can go there and book a meeting one-on-one with me, and we can chat about how you can be part and contribute to our OpenSci. So one more time, thank you so much for this chance to be here, to allow me to tell you about our OpenSci community and the champion programs. And now I'm here so you can make all the questions you want to make. I'm going to stop sharing the slides so we can see each other.
Excellent. Thanks a lot, Yanni, once again. I told all our participants earlier that Yanni is very free and accessible, right? Now you get to even book 15 minutes discussion session with her if you think you need it. So that's the kind of person Yanni is. Gives you her time for free and helps to build, puts in all the resources there for you and gives you all the support you need to excel. So over to our participants. I don't know if you have questions. I have a couple of them that I would like to ask Yanni, but I'd love to give preference to our participants if any has. So if any of us have questions, please just use the raise hand function, and I'm going to go ahead and call you. But maybe before we do that, I'll probably just want to start with some of my questions. I see a couple of R package developers in the house, so I'm sure some of us will probably be interested in this kind of thing. So Yanni, so I'll probably just start with mine. So while we wait for the other participants, so the first question I have here is, it's really sounding to me like the rOpenSci is an opportunity where I get to use free service. There are experts out there, and I get to just pick on their brains, and I get to use their services for free. And also get them to review some of my works and make me a better person, right? Am I getting that out who says more or less like correctly?
Yeah, rOpenSci is a non-profit organization. So all our packages, our software, our books are free and are open. And the idea is to help people to do science with less pain, if you want to, and with good processes, and to help people to access data or process the data to do their science more reproducible, and to connect with other like-minded people, so you can chat and talk with other people that are going through the same kind of issue and process that you are. So yes, the rOpenSci is not a business. It is a non-profit organization. Our goal is to help people who do science and research in a business or in academic or wherever, that doesn't matter to us, to do the science in an easy way, and to find other scientists to chat, or the developers. Some people who do software, even if the software is used for doing research, don't consider themselves as scientists, that's okay. If you develop open software, you are welcome to our OpenSci.
Excellent. I see one of our participants already has their hand up. So Harry, I'm going to go ahead and let you talk now. Over to you, Harry.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Sorry, I joined the meeting late. So my question is, from what I could gather, OpenSci seems to be a community for our developers. So the championship program is under the OpenSci. I just wanted to know if it's a paid, should I say like a paid course that one has to pay before he enters? Sorry, I know I came late, so my question might be a little bit.
No, it's okay. No. please. There is no stupid question here. Come on. No. You can do any question you want to. No, the program doesn't have a cost for the champions. For this first group, we are looking for between 6 and 9 people. We are going to pay the champions to be part, so they can actually have the time to go through the champion program. We usually see that the people who contribute to open source in general, they are males, white males that live in privileged country, wealthy country. So we are going to try to change that. And I live in South America, so I know exactly that I don't belong to that group of people who usually contribute to open source. So we know that charge for teaching people is not a way to include the people we want to include, and to ask for these people to do everything for free is also a huge barrier. So the training and the mentoring has no cost for the champions, and we are going to provide a stipend of $1,000 a year for the participation.
Excellent. I'm still going to come back to my questions, but we have yet another participant with their hands up. Victor Audu. Victor Audu is the author of the Niger package, and I'm a big fan of the Niger package. I've used it today, by the way. I use it practically on a weekly basis. So Victor Audu, over to you.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Hello, Victor. We hear you loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, and thank you for that wonderful presentation. Yanina, I hope I pronounced your name correctly.
Yes, perfect.
Thank you so much. I don't know how to ask this question. I think, well, I presume our OpenSci is not trying to, it's of course not trying to duplicate what's happening on CRAN. But there's this issue that I discovered regarding archived packages. Some packages on CRAN that have been archived, which people are still looking to use. I was involved in a long discussion with some people regarding one package, and the issue of rOpenSci came up. Someone said that that package ought to be subject to rOpenSci for them to continue with and maintain that package. So I don't know if you could shed some more light on that role that perhaps rOpenSci plays. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for that for the questions. rOpenSci has a suite of packages. Usually this package, the first package that belonged to that suite were developed by the staff of rOpenSci and some other contributors. I'm going to share the link to all the packages, and then there is the link on the chat. And after they go through this review process, some of these packages start to be part of the suite of rOpenSci. The author and the maintainers continue developing these packages. And every year we ask people if they want to continue being the maintainers of this, or they need help. Perhaps they want to have 1 or 2 co-maintainers, or perhaps they want to step down and give the package to other people who wants to continue. So we help a lot to find the people who keep this package alive. And part of the staff of rOpenSci, we help these maintainers to start, new maintainers, to start with their task, with their activity as maintainers of the package. That is one way that rOpenSci helps to some important packages don't stop being an active package and people can use it safely. And the other ways to have your package published and people can install and can use even if they are archived in CRAN is RUniverse, which I also paste the link on the chat. So RUniverse, perhaps I can share the screen one more time so I can show you how these look. Allow me to do this. Are you seeing my Internet Explorer?
Yes,
yes, you can see it.
Perfect. So at RUniverse, you have a lot of people, individuals or groups of people who publish packages. So for example, here in bills, you have the package and you have, for example, this one failed, the bill, but this one you have what you need to install, the source or the builds for Mac and Windows. And you can go to look for organizations. So here is our organization with 300 packages, for example. You have RStudio with 67 packages. And here you can have your organization or your group, or you can have your own profile. So there is individual people, yes, that you can have here. And if you go to one of their profiles of these people, you're going to see all their packages. And you have some idea. You have the vignettes here. If you add, you can add rOpenSci and on RStudio. So you can use install packages and the name of the package as you use in the same way that if the package is on CRAN. So you can also configure this. And for example, I use that for teaching. Some of my packages instead to request my students to install from GitHub, I made them install from RUniverse because we can use install.packages and the name of the package. So this is also a nice infrastructure to publish your packages and to looking for packages of other people. Let me see. Here is one of my packages, for example. This is, okay, it is in Spanish, but this package is for calculation of agrometeorological indices. So things with temperature and water and yes, frost and that kind of stuff that I did as a researcher. Victor, I don't know if I answer your question, if you want that I share any other.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. But I have just a little rejoinder to my question. No, it's important that has been archived. Do I need to contact the maintainer to now contact rOpenSci, or can I contact rOpenSci on their behalf?
You can contact rOpenSci in their behalf, and we are going to see how we can help. Yes, please, you can write to me to Shaveshini, or you can write to info. I'm writing my email on the chat. For info, rOpenSci, and if I don't know how to solve this, I'm going to ask to the staff to see how we can help, if we can help. But yes, please, write.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Excellent. So thanks once again, Yanni. So my understanding is that your package really doesn't have to be on CRAN for you to be able to get it to RUniverse.
Yes, exactly. Yes, you don't need to be on CRAN. Yes, I don't have. I don't have any package on CRAN, so but I have all my package here at our universe. Yes.
That makes sense. All right, that's great. That's excellent. So a few other questions from me. I don't know. Bilikis, do you have any question for Yani at this moment? Or can I just go ahead?
Okay, you can go ahead. Yeah.
All right, that's fine. Okay, so just one quick question again. Now we know that allows you to be able to put your package there, but we also know that one of the advantages of CRAN is that there is authentication mechanisms that package does what it's supposed to do, and it keeps to specific standards. Do we have such validation or authentication checks for packages on our universe, or how does this really work? What makes it a bit different from putting my package out there on GitHub?
Yeah, well, CRAN is the official archive of the package of R. So that the idea of our universe is that our universe is going to try to build your package, and if fail, you are going to see, as we see on choose in the examples. This is happening right now. So for some reason, they try to build this package and fail. So you are going to know that. And that means that is something in your package that needs to be fixed. But we don't do the same checks that CRANs do, because some of the CRAN checks are doing by hands. They are not automatics, and all our checks are automatics. But if you package builds, then it's fine. I mean, for us, it's not so, yeah, I mean, there is no risk to use and to install this package. Some people just don't send package to CRAN because sending there is a time, that there is a lot of time. And if you have 1 or 2 packages, perhaps it's okay. But if you have 10, 12, 20 packages, that can be a really, really lot of time. And most of us do this as a side project or not paying job. So sometimes you don't have so much time to give. Some people has bad experience with CRANs, and other people has really good experience. But the reasons, there are different. In my case, some of these packages are from my institution, so we need to wait for the decision of my institution to send to CRAN. And the other package are packages to teach, so I actually don't need to send to CRAN. And that is why I use our universe, because I just put this on my profile, they build, they do the builds, they run the tests, they create the vignettes, and I have one place with everything that I need, and everything is automatic, and I don't have to invest a lot of time to be able to use it. So that is my decision to use this. And then I have a lot of, yeah, Victor, a lot of, I can check what other people did, and I can, with the search, I can try to find some function or some model or some stuff that I need to do. And I go to our universe to search there first to see if there is something that already exists. And now our universe has everything that is in bioconductor and CRAN. So you have a lot of what is in the universe of R there available to us to use and to search and to install.
Thank you. So just another question quickly. Does the programming language aside R, or it's just basically providing support for the R community?
You know, I missed the first part of the question, Steven. I lost the sound.
Okay. I was just asking, does the rOpenSci community provide any support for specifically for R?
Is we provide support for the R languages, if I listen to you right, and we focus on how to develop software. So you are going to find on the forums a lot of questions about how to use X packages. If these packages are one of our packages, we have 300. Probably the author of the maintainer of the package are going to ask to answer your questions. Otherwise, people from the staff will try to help you. And the community is full of really kind and non-selfish people that are always happy to share what they know and trying to help you. So the discussion forums are open, anyone can be part. And then we have a Slack that we invite people who contribute in some way to our rOpenSci. And the contributions can be to write a blog post for us, to give a talk for us, to organize some event with us, be part of the champion program or be part of the translation. So we have solved an issue on a package. So on the Slack, well, the conversation is, you know, it's like this WhatsApp with steroids. So you have there all these people chatting and sharing, and there is some channels, a specific channel for package development, or for example, there is a special channel where people talk about spatial in R or arrow and other different topics. So yes, the support we provide is focused on how to develop good software and how to review that software, and on the package, they are part of our suite.
Right, so that's great. Just on a lighter note, I think our rOpenSci probably should consider great just an avenue for people to also share what they do within our space or something like that. So participants, before we just wrap up for the day.
Okay, I would like to add a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so the selection based on what Yani has explained so far, but is there any consideration for the geopolitical zone, the timing of the zones in collaboration? And
yeah, we asked for where you base and your country, and we also asked for what language you feel more comfortable to have the training and the mentoring. This time the training are going to be in English. I hope that next future groups can have the training in other languages, but for this one is this first one is going to be in English. But the idea then is to match with your mentor on the language you're more comfortable and in the time zone you are more comfortable. So for now, the timeline of the schedule of the program only have bonds. We are going to do this in February, we are going to do this in March, but the final date and time we are going to agree with the final groups we choose.
Okay. So is there anything attached to maybe our geopolitical or our zones for the selection? Since you said, okay, I'm curious about the number. So is it going to be tied to maybe a certain number for each?
No, for each region, no. If I have to say no, we are going to choose 2 people from Latin America, 2 people from Asia, 2 people from Africa. No, there is no. We have between 6 and 9 spots for this first group, and we are going to run this at least 2 years, this year and next years again. But yes, this has a focus on groups that we are usually excluded from this. So yeah, we are going to give priority to women, to people from my region, your region. We are going to give priority to people with some disability, that visible or not. we are going to give priority to the community, LGBTQ community. So every group that are usually a minority, not because we don't want to participate, but because we are systematically excluded from the open science and open source community, we are going to give priority to applicant that belongs to this group.
Okay, thank you so much. Now wait from my side, Stephen.
Yeah, excellent. And I really do hope that at least one they get to be a part of the Champions program, and I'll really be a lot more happy if we have more than one person from this group being a part of the Champions program. So I really look selection exercise and to seeing the people that will be participating in the Champions program next year. So once again, I'm Balogun Stephen. I'm one of the co-organizers of Abuja R User Group and the author of the Tidy ADR package. We've been fortunate to have Yanina Bellini over the last a little bit more than 1 hour telling us about the R of our session today. Bilikisu is the organizer of Abuja R User Group. We're glad to see your face. Thanks for showing your face, Bilikisu. And thanks to all our participants that have been part of this from the beginning. We really do appreciate. See a few people that join our session almost on a routine basis every time. Thanks once again, we do appreciate. And I don't know, final words from Bilikisu before we say goodbye to everyone.
And we're honored to have you. We really appreciate that. And to all the participants, we are really grateful. Thank you so much. So that'll be it, Tom.
And that's it from me too. Bye, everyone.
All right, bye.
Bye, thank you.
Bye. Bye, everyone.